Okay, make yourselves comfortable. Make sure you got some blocks handy. Tonight we're going to do a little bit of heart opening. And to do that, we kind of need to work on loosening up through our shoulders and through our upper back. And towards the end of our practice, we'll work on a bit of spine flexibility as well. All right, settling in. Taking a moment to touch on the day, but then let it go. And starting to draw your awareness into your body. Sitting up nice and tall, lengthening upwards into your spine and into the crown of your head. And simultaneously letting your legs and hips be heavy. Observing the sensations in your body. Observing your breath. Noticing the pace of your breath. And if your breath is at ease or if it's maybe a little constricted. And then gently and mindfully starting to take some full yoga breaths, breathing all the way down into the lower regions of your lungs. And exhaling completely. And once you've got a nice steady rhythm with your breath, introducing just a very gentle ujjayi breath, just enough of a constriction through your throat that you can hear the sound of your breath as you inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths in this way. And we'll come back to breathing in this way at the end of our practice to see if all the work that we've done has created more ease through our chest and our lungs and our general capacity to breathe. So now moving into some Goranga breathing, bringing one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart center. And throughout this practice, just allowing your mind and heart to rest in this beautiful sacred sound, not worrying too much about your tone, but just allowing your mind to rest. Let's exhale completely. Take a breath in and say the sound. Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. Continuing on, inhale. Goranga. last time. Inhale. Gauranga. Bring our hands together in prayer position, allowing your breath to return to its regular pattern. Taking a moment here to set an intention for our practice. And my hope for our practice today is that you allow your practice to meet you where you're at. So, no need to push through anything, and always being in that responsive place. If it feels like it's going too far, if it doesn't feel comfortable, or if you'd like to go a little further, just really making sure you make today's practice your own. All right, let's begin. Opening our eyes, lowering your hands to your knees, and starting with some rotations through your spine, starting the rotation initiation from the lower back and gradually moving up into the upper back, starting with small circles. So seeing if you can feel that gentle, it's like a blend of a mini cat-cow and then also like a stirring the pot feeling. So you're getting that full extension and flexion, but also this nice kind of grinding, sliding, rotational feeling. And then taking it up further into your upper back. And into the neck, so dropping the head down. Slight lift through the chin. And come back to center. And let's go in the other direction, starting nice and small. Gradually building up through the lower back region. And then building up all the way through the upper back and the neck. Good. And come back to center. And now free range to do like some wily moving. So just moving through range of motion in your spine. And it might be through pressing up and lifting and rotating. It might be through some spinal twists. Just really trying to grease the wheels, so to speak, of your vertebra and also get some nice juicy sensations happening through your spinal column. Good. And let's do one folding forward. Letting your head hang heavy. And then peel yourself up. Take your hands behind you, lift up and back. And come back to center. And just now doing a little bit of work into our neck, dropping your chin down toward your chest. Raising the head up, taking your first two fingers to rest underneath the base of your skull and raise your head up so your head hinges back and falls back into your fingers. Come back to center and just taking it side to side, one time each way. And back to center. Let's take a block on each side, up nice and high or down low for more of a challenge. Interlocking your hands behind your head. Finding your breath first, grounding down through your hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, maintaining that lift. Then inhale, extending over. Exhale to touch. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthening over, opening up through the side, touching your elbow down to the block. Exhale. And then inhale, coming back up. Exhale. And now just finding a nice rhythm with your breath. So if you just want to go exhale over to the side and lift up, or even inhale over to the side, because you're getting that Nice lift and expansion through one side of your chest, but then contraction through the other side. So both ways work. Taking a little pause there to hold the stretch and hold the breath. And now for more of a challenge coming up and rotating over. Ooh, didn't quite get that one. To move it closer. Taking it across body, lifting up and over. Good. Up and over. One more time each way. And come back up to center. Release. Oop. Set the blocks to the front of your mat because we'll use those again in a moment. Taking your legs out in front and going from side to side. So bowing to the earth, lifting up and over. You can move quite quickly going with your breath, flexing your toes back toward you. If that's too challenging, bending through your knees a little. If it's too strong on your hamstrings. One more time each way. Good. And come back to center. Let's take the blocks behind us. So we'll do about 5 rounds of breathing here. So taking one block to rest underneath your head and then taking the length of the block up your thoracic spine. So come to lay down nice and carefully. And lower your head back, positioning the blocks however is needed. If you want to slide that block under your spine up a little or down, go ahead. And then coming back to your breath. Taking nice, full, deep yogic breaths. All right, you can stay here, or if you're feeling like you're missing a little bit of a spot because your block's not quite long enough, press down into your forearms and lift up a little and slide your block up your spine or down your spine a little, and then we'll take another 5 breaths. Trying to relax and open up through your chest and relax in between your shoulder blades as much as you can. It's a nice opportunity. We've done a little bit of movement, a little bit of breathing, and now pausing for a moment, just consolidating how you're feeling. Coming back to your breath again before we get into some flow. We really want to hold on to that coordination, starting with our breath and our body moving in alignment with our breath. All right. Forearms to the floor. Pressing yourself up carefully. Remove the blocks. Let's take them out to the side and just lay flat for a moment, just because it's a nice feeling after you've had that kind of release through the spine. Just noticing it feels nice and flat and relaxed when you lay. And bringing your knees in, rocking back and forth just for a couple of breaths. And then we'll rock over, coming back, getting ready for some puppy pose. So sucking your toes under to begin and coming down with just one forearm to the floor to begin with, stretching into the shoulder. And then press yourself up, taking the other hand out, lowering down into that shoulder. And flattening out through the feet, bringing both hands back. Now try to keep your hips energetically reaching back and stacked above your knees as you walk your hands forward, opening up through your heart center, lowering your chest to the floor. Just seeing if you can really, 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 really. I was going to say melt, 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 but it came out with the reallys. Seeing if you can really melt down in between your shoulder blades. If you can let go and release, allowing your heart center to just drop toward the floor and either bringing your chin and or your forehead to the floor. Good. One more full breath. And then slowly press yourself up. Hands under your shoulders, rounding out through your spine now, taking it in the opposite direction. Coming back to center, then inhale, raise your right arm up. Exhale, taking your arm down and through, lowering your shoulder to the floor, bringing your cheek to the floor, floating the left arm up, placing your hand on the back of your sacrum or threading it through, tucking your hand in front of your right thigh. And then beginning to peel that top shoulder back. Breathing steadily. And unraveling left hand and then right hand to the floor. Coming back to center, then inhale, raising the left arm up, and exhale, taking it down and through, left shoulder to the floor, raising the right arm up, hand to your sacrum or in front of your thigh. And drawing the top shoulder back. Begin to unravel. Bringing both hands to the floor. And diving your chest down to the floor now, getting ready for warm up. Forehead to the floor, hands underneath your shoulders, lengthening back into your toes, and then begin to peel up, just going halfway. Focus on lifting through your spine. So lifting from your lower back through your middle back up into the crown of your head. Then exhale, lowering down. Initiate lift from your lower back first, and then beginning to lift up higher. Exhale, lower down. Time. Lift and lengthen, pressing all the way up. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Shoulders down away from your ears and elbows hugging into your ribs. Exhale. Lifting yourself back into downward dog. And walking your feet forward. Bringing your feet forward to meet your hands, hanging forward over your thighs. Turn your palms up, just letting your whole upper body relax. Relax through your shoulders. Slowly rolling up, one vertebra at a time. Finding yourself in mountain pose at the top of your mat and getting ready for 3 rounds of sun salutations. All right, raising the arms up, looking up. Exhale, folding forward, hands to the floor. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, just lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Holding for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. And jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center or by your sides. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, and jump or step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Hold for 3. 1, 2, 3. Jump or step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. One more round. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. 1, 2, 3. Jump or step. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. Stepping your feet hip distance apart. And we're going to start with some really easy rolls up and down, and then we're going to build up into a full back reach and forward fold. So starting by building this beautiful connection and awareness to your spine. So you're trying to visualize all of your vertebra articulating as you roll down, and then same thing when you're rolling up, because we want to have that nice foundation of awareness for when we go into the back bending and forward bending. So just starting by dropping the chin down toward your chest, working into the neck, and then slowly soft bend through your knees, folding forward, roll, roll, roll. Come all the way forward. And then starting to feel it from your lower back, and then drawing up against gravity, lifting all the way up to standing. And head back to neutral. Let's do that 2 more times, going in your own time. Just breathing steadily throughout. One last time. This is really doing wonders for tension. I can feel it every time I come up. I feel a little less tense in my spine. All right. Now getting ready to go into a standing back reach. So it's up to you how far you want to go into the back bend. But as a baseline, you could start with your hands in your lower back to support your lower back, because we really want to lift out of the lower back and reach and lengthen through your spine. So instead of feeling like you're just hinging as back as far as you can, lift, 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 supporting through your back. Nice, strong glutes grounding down through your feet. Lots of downward and spiraling out pressure through the feet. And that'll help your legs, your glutes, everything support your lower back. And then you lift, lift, lift. And you might just go to here. Or if you want to explore going further, you can take your arms either to heart center or reaching up and reaching back. And then we're going to just take our time as we reach back, take our time to come forward, hinging forward at the hips, and then rounding it out with a forward fold. All right, let's do our first one together, and then you guys can move with your breath. So we'll do about 5 rounds all together. All right, inhale, and reaching back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale. Exhale. Going with your breath. Let's do 2 more. Nice. And come back to center. Take a breath here. And inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming down through chair. Bringing your feet together or having them hip distance apart. It's okay if your knees go over your toes. Reaching up into your fingertips. Navel drawing in, sitting down into your hips. So you've got a two-way kind of energetic of grounding down and reaching down in this direction, but simultaneously, oh, there goes my mic, reaching up through your fingertips. Holding here for a couple more breaths. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, coming down through chair again, this time revolving our chair all the way over to the left to begin. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Pressing into your palms to help you open up through your chest. Turning to look over your left shoulder. Inhale, keep the palms pressing together. Coming up to stand, straightening out through the legs, and exhale down through chair and over to the right side, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Turning to look over the right shoulder. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Staying here for 3 breaths. Fingers and thumbs are spread nice and wide. Press the floor away. Good. On your next inhale, raising your right leg up, nice big stretch. Exhale, stepping your foot in between your hands. Spin the back foot down. Turning the foot out as you inhale, cartwheel the arms up to warrior position. All right, so we're going to go reverse warrior. So warrior two stance, taking a nice big stretch back, holding here for a breath, and then tipping forward, bringing your forearm to rest on top of your thigh and taking your left arm up and over. And we're just going to oscillate. I don't know if that's the right word. From one side to the other. So using your breath as a guide, inhaling back, exhaling forward. Two more times. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. And come back through warrior two. Cartwheel the arms, the hands to the floor. Step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhaling the left leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot forward, spinning the back foot down, running parallel to the end of the mat, cartwheeling the arms up, coming to warrior two, finding your breath, and then when you're ready, same on the other side. Inhale, take a nice big stretch. And exhaling, coming forward to a supported side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. So not rushing the breath, not rushing the movement, taking it nice and slow. And noticing the slight little breath retention, the pauses between the inhalation and exhalation. I think we've done 5. I'm going to do one more for good luck because I did lose count. I'm sorry to say. Come back to warrior two and hands to the floor. Step back into plank, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, take it back through downward dog just for one final breath. And then surrendering your knees and your forehead to the floor, arms alongside your body, coming into child's pose, resting here for 5 breaths. Taking your time with each breath. Good. And one more breath. Okay. All right, coming up and taking your legs forward. Seated forward fold, flexing your toes back toward you, scooping in through your belly. Legs are nice and firm. Folding forward to catch your feet, or wherever your hands land, or a belt around your feet. Lift and lengthen through your spine and exhale, fold forward. So just utilizing this pose as a bit of a midway point restorative opportunity. Nice. One final breath here. Slowly start to lift up. Bending your right knee and tucking it behind, bending through the right leg. So I'll just show you from here, like so. And we'll grab our block and we're going to do a kind of a resting pose. So you're folding forward over your front leg and forehead to rest on the block. Arms nice in a nice resting position, palms down. And so see if you can let go and relax. So we're trying to soften now before we go into practicing wheel pose. Just letting your whole body be relaxed, relaxing into your mind, releasing any tension. One more breath here, and then we'll switch sides. Slowly lift up. So nice to curate our practice where we're not just going from one strong, intense thing to the next. You can rest in between and how that might serve us in our daily life as well. Pacing ourselves, honoring, slowing down, resting, restoring just as much as we honor and respect the more challenging things. So really connecting with our breath again, because we're going to take that beautiful connection with our breath, the steadiness of our breath and ease as we move into wheel pose. And slowly coming out of the pose, setting your block aside. Coming down onto your back, we'll begin with bridge pose and then we will progress into wheel. If you're at home and you have a couch or anything that you like to use as an elevated surface for wheel pose, please go ahead and position yourself accordingly. um, to begin though, let's get into bridge. All right, so both feet on the floor. Don't mind me having a little hair malfunction here. Both feet on the floor and bringing your heels in close to your hips, about hip distance apart. And beginning to tuck your tailbone under and starting to lift your hips, arms down by your sides. Because we've warmed up our spine already, we're just going to go straight into full bridge, interlocking our hands underneath our body, and drawing your shoulder blades together, pressing down into your feet and pressing down into your forearms, lifting through your hips, lifting through your sternum. See if you can encourage your chest to move in toward your chin. Couple more breaths here. Keep lifting. See if you can lift a little higher. Now slowly release your hands. Release your shoulders and begin to lower your spine to the floor. Hips allow us to come down. And if you're not keen for wheel tonight, just go ahead and practice bridge again or any other pose you'd like to engage with. If you are going into wheel, let's flip our hands over behind our head. So you don't want to jam them underneath your shoulder. Otherwise, that's going to make a very strong arc, very intense extension on your spine. So if you start with your hands a little bit out from your head, it gives you plenty of space to slowly and gradually make your way up into wheel pose. So we'll go hands to the floor, and that same lift when we were doing the standing back extension, reaching back, initiating extension and lengthening from the lower back and visualizing your vertebra lengthening, but you're in full control the whole time. And we're going to lift, lift, lift and draw the chest and our shoulders over our wrists. Even if they don't make it all the way over, that's the aim, is to really lift and open up through your heart center and press through the shoulders. So let's move in our own time. We'll try and do 3 repetitions of wheel. So please don't rush it. Take your time to feel your way into the first pose and then stay in there for a few breaths, come down again. And I swear you'll find it easier to go up into that second and third repetition. So just make time to rest in between repetitions and also make it completely your own. So I'm not going to instruct us all the way through it, just taking your time to fully experience the pose. All right, off you go. One more round to go. And when you finish practicing wheel pose, the first thing we're going to do is just go straight into a mini shavasana, just laying nice and flat, enjoying the post wheel experience. Lots of invigoration and beautiful prana sensations flooding our body. And when you're ready, drawing your knees in toward your chest, giving them a little hug as you gently lengthen your tailbone down toward the floor. And then holding the front of your knees, making some small circles. And changing directions. Beautiful. Come back to center. Bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Interlocking your hands behind your left thigh, working the right elbow into the right knee, pressing that knee away as you draw your legs in. Shoulders down away from your ears. Slowly release. And now changing sides with your left ankle to the top of your right thigh. Interlock your hands behind your thigh, pressing the elbow into the knee. And release. Bringing both feet to the floor, mat distance apart, so quite broad, and then arms out by your sides, palms up. We're just going to go into a really lazy and gentle spinal twist, rocking your knees from side to side, gently emphasizing pressing your knees down toward the floor. Just going a couple more times on each side. Last time. And come back to center and make yourself comfortable for Shavasana. If you'd like to use any props, bolster, blankets, something over your face, please go ahead and do so. And I'd just like to invite you to come back to awareness of your breath here. Just allowing yourself to be completely in your natural rhythm and noticing if it feels a bit easier to breathe, if your breath is feeling a little more steady. Maybe it feels easier to take or to access a complete full breath. Now just starting to relax your awareness, feeling your whole body to be heavy and relaxed. Taking this time for yourself at the end of your practice. Nothing else to do and nowhere else to be. Just simply rest and breathe. And relax into your toes. Relax into your ankles. Soften into your calf muscles. Relax your knees. Relaxing the joints and all the tissues surrounding your knee joints. Relax your thighs, the tops of your thighs, your inner thighs and outer thighs, and your hamstrings. Relax your left hip and your right hip. Feeling your whole pelvic girdle to be heavy and relaxed. Soften into your belly and feel as if the sides of your torso are melting down toward the floor. Relax into your lungs and chest. Soften into your heart center. Feeling your collarbones broadening and releasing. Relax the tops of your shoulders, down and around your shoulder blades. Relax your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms and wrists. Relax your hands and fingers. Become aware of the gentle prickling sensation of prana circulating your palms. Moving your awareness to your lower back. Relax your sacrum, your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. Your head is heavy as it rests against the floor. Soften into your face and soften into your jaw. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm and easily able to drift into a deep state of relaxation. Slowly start to wake up your body. Begin wriggling into your fingers and toes, gently rocking your head from side to side. Rolling over onto your left side. Pressing yourself up to sit. We'll finish with a short chant, embracing the sacred sounds, Gauranga, just joining in as you feel comfortable. Gauranga, 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 last time. Goranga, 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 Goranga. Haribol. And now closing off our practice, bringing our palms together, bowing our heads, offering our respects to one another, and bowing our heads once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming to practice. Always lovely to practice with you.